I gotta be real with y'all, man. Shit. Shout out to the open late gang, man. Shout out to everybody that's subscribing. Is any of y'all following this YNW Melly trial, man? This shit is a fucking circus. And I'm gonna tell you what, as somebody that's been locked up, you know, I was locked up and caught 2 felony cases. I beat both of them, but all that time you spend in there, even just fighting it, you know what I'm saying? You don't get that time back. So you really in jail for nothing, bro, trying to prove your innocence, but you don't get that time back. You don't get no money for that. So him being locked up for 5 years, if he beat this shit, I'm gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen if Melly beats this case. First of all, his deal was gonna be at least a minimum of $40 million. A minimum, because I'm not saying that just because he's beating the double murder, that just adds on an extra probably 10 million. He was already doing numbers. Murder on My Mind is almost at 500 million streams, which means it's gonna hit $1 billion at some point in the next 2-3 years. You know, and he is really a contender with Youngboy in popularity and Dirk and those guys like that. He gonna do way better numbers than Dirk. But fucking, that's what it's gonna look like. 40 million for that, and then he gonna sue the state. He gonna get the money because he sat up for 5 years, and that's it. It's not even a contest. They're gonna break him off, period. So that's if he wins. It's still early in the trial, but I'm gonna tell you what the big mistake that the fucking prosecution is making. The prosecution's motive is fucking trash. He's doing this to be in furtherance of the blood gang. Are you serious? Are you serious? Bro he's stacking on a Jumbotron in an NBA game. He already is affiliated. And him being rich, what the fuck else would he have to do, nigga? He was on a Jumbotron stacking at an NBA game. He did more for spreading the blood symbolism than niggas that probably been down that we don't know about. Him being famous and shit, why would he have to kill 2 people and crash out and damn near get the death penalty in furtherance of a gang? That shit is trash. So, I mean, with the job the state's doing, Melly, I wouldn't be surprised if Melly fucking blood walked out of that motherfucker. Because they are just terrible. That's a terrible motive. That's like, did these niggas just get out of law school or what? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? You know what I mean? And this is like, don't get me wrong, man. I feel for the people that lost their sons, Sack, Juvie in the ground, bro. And you know what I mean? It ain't too much to it. You know what I mean? We got the cell tower stuff, but the problem with that is Melly's defense is too good. They're going at it. His lawyer is not arguing that, making the argument about Melly being there or making the argument about that. He's saying all the other possibilities there are. He's attacking people have beat cases. People, you know, cops have ran up in spots. My man I was in jail with. Somebody ran up in his spot, killed his pit bull. There was a brick in there. A nigga was sleeping with an ounce in his pillow, and they beat it because the cops had the wrong address. Even with all that bullshit in there, the cops came to the wrong address. So if certain things aren't filed right and done right, you could walk on it. So right now, it's looking like Melly gonna beat this shit, bro. And he gonna be the biggest thing smoking, bro. Nobody gonna be able to contend with him. I'm trying to tell you. I'm not saying he's gonna win, but the prosecution gotta have something up their sleeve, bro. Because he's got a good defense. The best thing that Melly did was not show up that night. The best thing he did, because had he shown up with them bodies, they would have been able to observe his movements, his attitude, what he said, all of that. Him being gone and then coming in later when he got himself collected, I'm sure he talked to a lawyer. I'm sure he did all of that shit in the meantime when that shit went down. Had he came that night, he'd definitely be going to jail. Had he showed up the night of, he would have definitely went to jail. So that's the smartest thing he did, honestly. So, like I said, man, this shit looking crazy right now. And don't get me wrong, man. I know trials, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my feelings on the shit, bro. Facts. Shout out Open Late Gang, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what y'all think.